So, how does it feel after suffering your injury that you did last year and being able to come back through camp? I know it was a similar feeling, and then you're excited for the season, and then bang, you got hit with that.
Yeah, it was a little devastating last year, just because of the offseason I had, signing here, the excitement with everything, and then, first punt of the season, that happened, and a little devastating, but I've been through it before. I knew the road and, how hard it was going to be to get back, but it's a challenge, which I enjoy challenges, and, at the same time, it was exciting to come back and kind of, when that happens, you get to kind of redo everything, your walking gait, your running gait. You get to kind of start from the ground up and get stronger again. So I took that time to get better and do everything I could to get back as strong as I could. And finally here and ready to go.
How do you, as a long snapper, it's such a finite thing. You can latch onto a team and be with them for double-digit seasons, or you could have an injury and then find next thing you know you can't get a job again. How do you ride that? How do you ride through that difficulty, that uncertainty of it?
I mean, you just do. The decision on who the coach is going to keep isn't up to you. What you can control is what you can control, and that's kind of what I focus on. And I really don't try to worry about anything else.
Sig had mentioned that the long snapper is like a fraternity. How does that work? Tell us that dynamic of the long snapper fraternity.
Well, there's only 32 in the league. So when you do eventually break into this league and become one of those 32, guys seem to kind of take care of each other. We're very few and far between, and it's a tight, close group. And even though I don't know all of them personally, when I do finally meet them and play them, it's like kind of this little bond where it's like, hey man, we kind of have something in common. So it's kind of where that whole fraternity kind of thing comes into play.
There's got to be like so many professions where there may be 32 in the league, but there's probably at least 32 other guys that are just this close. So they're just talented and they just haven't quite grasped on it. How do these guys stick together and keep themselves prepared for that moment that they could get that call and that they could be the guy that ends up being just taking off and sticking with the team for so long?
Are you asking me about the guys that are trying to still make it?
Yeah, trying to break in or trying to get that second shot.
I was one of those guys for a long time. Speaking from just personal experience, you got to stay ready. You got to keep yourself in shape. You got to be snapping the ball, working on your craft, and then in Trent's case, where I got hurt, he got the call to get an opportunity, and that's this league. It is what it is. It's not necessarily a negative thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's just the way things work. So when I got hurt, it opened up a door for someone else. That happened to be Trent. He took full use of that opportunity and made the most of it, and that's just the name of the game.
You're the veteran in the core group of special teamers. What have you been able to learn from them? Obviously, you've got the experience, but what have they been able to teach you?
Anxiety, yeah. I just look back and I kind of remember how I was and always asking questions and what do you think he means by this? What do you think they mean by this? And it's just like, you know what? Who knows? You just got to roll with it, do what you do, put good film out there, and then at the end of the day, you can lay your head down on the pillow and say, I gave it my all. Their decision is their decision, whatever it is, and you just go with it. So, but the young guys keep it fun. They help keep me young, energized. Some days when you stack these days back to back and they got a little bit more energy, you're like, yeah, you know what? Here we go. I'm gonna keep up with these young bucks. So it's a good group. A lot of fun, and I'm just excited to be able to work with all those guys.
So much gets made about joint practices and the offense going against the defense, but what's it like for you being able to go up in special teams against another unit that's obviously trying to block your punts and get a jump on your snap?
Are you speaking just from our team?
Yeah, just like against the Rams this upcoming week. What does that do for you guys in terms of just getting you ready for do you value it more than a preseason game? That's what Derek was saying.
Absolutely, that stuff is invaluable. So it is what it is. In preseason games, guys are trying to not get hurt. They're trying to do their best. And coaches aren't calling all their plays. They're keeping a lot of their stuff in their pocket because they know the regular season's coming around. They don't want to show their hand. So practices are invaluable. You're getting the best looks. You're going back to back. So in a game, you're going to punt and then you're out. Well, here we're going 4, 5, 6 punts in a row. You're getting winded. You're getting tired. You're getting those really good looks. So that work you get with those other teams is invaluable. And just to go against somebody else who may run differently, who may block differently, who may run a certain stunt differently. Just to be able to see that and kind of get like a fresh look is invaluable.
It's your second year working with Rich Bisaccia. What's it been like so far this past year under your belt and then going into this season? Have you seen any growth from him, or is he just the same guy that he's always been?
I mean, I think there's always going to be growth no matter what. He's still at the core the same guy. He just wants the best out of his players. When he gets on you, he gets on you, but you got to understand it's all out of love and it's all out of him knowing that you can be better as a player, as a person, and he gets better out there. We get better out there. He makes everybody better out there. He brings the juice. He brings the energy sometimes. But it's just been amazing being able to work with him. The knowledge that he has and the experience that he has and the stories that he has, it's been amazing.
I haven't been in the NFL. This is my fourth season, but I feel like out of all the special teams coaches I've watched come through here, he has the biggest passion for special teams, which is awesome to see, whether it's just a simple tackle out there during practice. What's that like for you to have obviously all coaches are passionate about the game, but someone who shares so much tough love because they care so much? Yeah,
I think he understands that, special teams is a third of the game. I mean, we may not be out on the field for as many plays as offensive defense, but it is a huge part of the game. I mean, you can see momentum swings, you can see scores, you can see turnovers. It's a big part of the game, and he's as you said, he's passionate about it. He's into it, and he needs his guys to get on board and be just as passionate about it, because it's not just a holdover to go from offense to defense or vice versa. That's a play. That's a scoring opportunity. That's a chance to put our defense in position. That's a chance to put our offense in great position. So having that energy and kind of feeling that not just out here but in meetings, it really brings another element to the table.